And also we want to know what happens to the policeman, but that's not our discussion tonight. Earlier on, I watched a televised interview, and of course you've been very vocal about the attempt to impeach the Deputy President, Rigathi Gachagua. In fact, you dared those who want to move the motion to do so. We went further and said, if this impeachment is successful, then the sitting president leaves as well. Shed light on that for us.
Well, you see, impeachment is a political process, and it's largely determined by members of parliament. That's the National Assembly and the Senate. Ordinarily, impeachments originate from the National Assembly, and they are confirmed or rejected at the Senate. And therefore, if you really want to do a political process against Rigathi Gachagua, then you should also do the same to the president. If there is a member of parliament who can move an impeachment against Gachagua, then definitely there's also a member of parliament who can move an impeachment against Ruto. And I believe there are more grounds, to impeach the president than there are to impeach Gachagua. And therefore, I think it's a fair game if you do it that way. They were on one ticket. All right. It is true you can impeach either. Senate has entertained impeachments of governors. There has been a total impeachment of the deputy governor for Kisii, and it was largely on his personal relationship with his relatives. Because you see, a public officer must hold themselves in a way that it befits their office and must not leave certain people, annoyed or the law broken on their part and without reparation. And therefore, I haven't seen so far, other than politics, anything serious Gachagua has committed to warrant an impeachment. But if they really want to impeach him as a political process and probably replace him with somebody else, I know there are quite a number of young men from Central Province who really wish Gachagua could be impeached. But I want to say I was in Parliament with him for 5 years. We actually did quite a number of political shows in KTN with him. He's an administrator. He's definitely a brilliant fellow and worked very hard to make sure that Ruto became president. Fair enough, but there are questions of gross misconduct, insubordination, missing some kind of events. If some people are likening his job to having to do what you have been told to do, all right, and fingers are being pointed at him then not doing these particular things intentionally, would that be a basic judgment point for impeachment? I want to take you into a little bit of history. When Gachagua was being appointed as a running mate of Ruto, there was a lot of push and pull within the UDA party. And I want to say that there was a little bit of voting within the members of parliament of UDA then. And there was quite a number of people who didn't want him to fill that particular position. All right. So it's very old, and that fight continued immediately after he became deputy president. And I want to say that it continues up to today. He has spoken and said that he is not getting information. He has admitted that the day the president traveled, he didn't know. He is the second in command. So if the second in command doesn't know such a serious thing, what if something happened to the president? What does the second in command do? Honorable Maanzo. Yes. I want to come back because Kenyans are keeping me in check and asking, how realistic is it? And how do we even prove, because you're also an advocate, to the courts that, okay, he was literally removed from the WhatsApp group, so he missed the diary. But I will come back to that if you allow us to take a very quick breather, and then we continue this conversation. Remember, Kenyans are also interrogating the threshold for impeaching a deputy president. The courts now are looking at merit reviews. That's what some lawyers are working on. We'll be right back with a business